In this video, we're going to show you the new watering system from AutoPot. It's called the Khloris watering system. It's ideal for conservatories, balconies, small spaces and garden rooms. So you have the lid, which is part of the reservoir, a stand for the reservoir, 2 bags of clay pebbles that need to be washed and rinsed first before you use them, 2 meters of 9mm pipe in purple, two aqua valves, root control triangles, there's 4 in total, 2 for each pot, a 9mm golf filter, 3 top hat grommets, 2 9mm inline taps, 2 9mm T connectors, 1 9mm cross connector, a base for your pot, or 2 bases, 2 pots, and the 2 bases that the pots sit in, and your 20-litre reservoir. First thing to do when you get your Khloris watering system is decide on where you want to lay it out or in what configuration. There's 2 types of configuration that you've got all the fittings for with regards to the Khloris watering system. You can either have them in a straight line or you can have them in a cross. So when you're familiarised yourself with the Khloris watering system and the layout that you want to sort of create, most important, you've got 2 bags of clay pebbles. It's very important that you rinse these off in the sink, and what these are used for is to basically act as a drainage layer at the bottom of each pot. So you get 100 grams of pebbles with each one. Simply take them out of the bag, put them in your sieve, rinse them off thoroughly, and then pour them in the base of your pot. So if I literally just put those in there, so I've just put them around the edge of the raised area where the aqua valve is going to go. And both pots have now got the clay pebbles in the bottom to act as drainage. So next thing to do is to choose your compost. So literally, you've got your 2 pots, you put your clay pebbles, your washed clay pebbles in the bottom of the pot, and then literally, I've got 2 plants here, this one and this one. So what we're going to do, we're going to pot them up. We'll pot this one up first. So I roughly look to where I'm going to put the soil level. So I just put the compost in. And I'll just check the level to see where I'm at with the pot. So that's probably okay actually. Place that in there and then I'll just put more compost around. And we're pretty much good there. So that's that plant potted up. If you potted up your plants and you're happy, you can either water them through outside and allow them to drain, or you can put them in a tray and allow them to drain indoors. So simply water through, and then any excess will drain out to the bottom of the pot. Right, so what I'm going to do next is set up the bases for the Khloris. So you have 2 meters of pipe to play with. You can set up, like we said before, either in a cross configuration or in a straight configuration. I'll probably put sort of 75mm, 100mm of pipe. So I'll cut that and I'll just make the other one the same length. Like so. So that's my 2 lengths that I'm going to put into here. Grommet into the hole. I'll just put it through, like so. So that's the grommets in place. So what I'll do, I'll push the pipe through. If you wet it, it does help it slip much easier. So I'll pull the pipe, so I'm literally just leaving some on the outside of the base and some on the inside ready to connect it to the aqua valve. I just wet the end of the pipe, push it through, it slips through really easily. And there you go, I've got that ready to connect to the aqua valve. So that's the both of the bases ready to be connected to the aqua valve. You have 2 aqua valves with your Khloris watering system. So one of these aqua valves, or each aqua valve, is going to be fitted into each base. If you look at the base of the aqua valve, there's a little half moon section on both of them, on all aqua valves. And this half moon is going to locate onto this T section here. It does actually say in the tray, push aqua valve firmly onto T. So I'm going to connect the aqua valve to the base now. So I'll just remove the collar. I'll slide the collar over the pipe on the inside of the base, like so, because that's ready to tighten up to the aqua valve again. Then literally I will just push the pipe onto the aqua valve nozzle and then draw the collar back up and then screw it. When you feel it grip, stop. There's no point over tightening, it's not necessary. And then what I'll do, I'll then draw out the pipe out of the base, so the aqua valve is getting closer and closer to the wall. And then what I'm doing, I'm going to locate the back end of this aqua valve to the T section in the base. So that's now all connected. So the next thing to do is place your root control triangles. It says root control triangle here, gold face up. So just look at the appropriate shape and then simply take your root control triangle and drop it in the area, and then take the opposite one and repeat the process there, and the last one there. So you've now got the root control triangles and the aqua valve all positioned in the bases of your Khloris watering system. Now I'm going to set up the configuration of the pipework. You can, if you want to, obviously have these as long as you want that are coming out, so then you can have the plants further apart and you've got more movement. So if I just push that onto there and then push this other one onto the other saucer, like so. So they're now connected. So I'm just going to use some of the pipe and then going to add that onto the end of the other part of the cross, like so. And then I'll take one of my taps, and this is going to be the flash. So if you have a look at the tap, if the droplet is like that, that means it's closed. If the droplet follows the line either way, it means it's open. So the flush tap always remain closed until you want to flush the pipework. So I'll literally push that once again. You can dip your pipe in hot water and then that's connected there. And then just make sure that you put the Khloris pot in the right area. So this area is at the front end here. So I want to spin the pot round like so. And you can always line up the handles with the actual handles in the base of the saucer, and then just place that in there like so. That one's there, and then place that one in there like so. So your plants are all in the bases and then ready to be connected to the reservoir. It's pretty straightforward. First of all, you take your top hat grommet, your 9mm top hat grommet, locate the hole at the base of your reservoir, and then literally just feed the grommet into the hole, and then take probably Doesn't really matter how much pipe, but probably 7 to 10 centimetres of pipe that you're now going to push through the hole. That through the hole, there you go. So that's now inside the tank, like so, and then sort of half outside the tank. I'll take my golf filter. So the golf filter goes inside the tank. I'm going to push this barbed end into the pipe that's inside the reservoir. So if I just do that, so you can see I've pushed it in. And then you can, if you want to, just draw the pipe through so that the barb end sort of lodges itself inside the grommet. So I'll take my final tap, my second tap, I'll put it in the closed position, and then I'll insert that into the pipe outside the reservoir. There you go. So that's the reservoir now all set up. So what I'm going to do next, I'm now going to connect the reservoir basically to the pots at this point here. So I'll take a length of pipe, I'm going to push that onto the tap up just after the reservoir, like so, and then the other end of the pipe I'm going to connect to the final part of the cross connector. And that is now, the system is fully set up. And all we have to do now is fill the reservoir up with water and put some liquid feed. So finally, you want to put the reservoir on your small stand, just positioning it so that the pipe's not trapped in the stand, like so. So once you're happy with your setup, position your plants in the area within your conservatory, garden room or balcony, and then literally fill up your reservoir. It's a 20-litre reservoir. That's now full. You put your lid on, and you've got a couple of options. Because you've just watered your plants through, you could leave the system off for 2, 3, 4 days if you wanted to. Really depends on how big your plants are. Or alternatively, you can just turn your tap on so the droplets facing the direction of the pipe, and then that will start. The water via gravity will flood into the tray. The aqua valve will allow 20 millimetres to fill the tray. It'll stop. The plants will then drink all the water, and when there's nothing left, within half an hour to an hour, the plant will tell the aqua valve to open up again, and that's how it works.